So the green flag flashes for the first time off of the pre-grid, and 22 junior Rotax drivers make their way onto this 1,315-metre circuit. Let's have a look at the starting order for final one for junior Rotax here in Muelsen. So, pole position, Mikkel Pedersen starts on pole, representing Denmark, and we'll have Great Britain's Ethan Jeff Hall alongside. Kai Relitz and Thomas Strauver make it an all-Belgian row number 2. Farin Mega and Rafael Renhofer make it an all-German row 3. And then it's a double Dutch delight on row 4, courtesy of Bruno Malders and Matthijs Turlo. Nick Gerhards and Yannick Stiak complete the top 10 ahead of Casper Schormans from the Netherlands and Hungary's Daniel Sugar. Vic Stevens and Magnus Pedersen, representing Belgium and Denmark, complete the top 7 rows ahead of Italy's Alberto Kiko Fracassi, Max Knappen from the Netherlands, Germany's Richard Thomas, Great Britain's Chloe Chong, Danny Shields from the United Arab Emirates, the Israeli pairing of Yarin Schultz and Guy Albag, and Austin Lee from Germany in the 22nd and final position on this grid. The timer is already set at 11 minutes plus an additional lap, so it will be down to the pairing of Mikkel Pedersen and Ethan Jeff Hall to control the pace. Now with dry weather very much in prominence here, it's front and centre, and the drivers will be revelling in these conditions. Amidst what happened, everyone was soaked and saturated to the point of no return yesterday. But today, with sunshine, a clearer weather aspect, it provides a bit more of excitement and anticipation. Drivers start weaving from side to side, getting themselves prepared and ready to go racing. So it's Pedersen, Jeff Hall, Relitz, Strauver, Mega, Renhofer, Malders, Turlo, Gerhards and Stiak. That is your top 10 for final one of junior Rotax. They come out of the final corner. Into the tram lines we go. The revs start to increase. Are we ready? The lights are out. We are off and racing, and it's a great start by the likes of Relitz, Mega and Malders, who managed to get past Jeff Hall, but Jeff Hall already back into second position. Oh, there's been a bit of a bump, and that's taken off Thomas Strauver, and with that has gone Nick Gerhards. He got a little bit of a touch there as well, as they all filter their way into turn 4 for the first time. And 2 drivers going off the track. Richard Thomas is off, Danny Shields is off, and everyone's scrabbling for traction and jockeying for position in this early phase. It's not easy on the very first lap. That's the thing when everyone's trying to get into the same piece of tarmac. So at the moment, we're about to complete lap number 1 of this race. Bruno Malders has got ahead of Kai Relitz in the meantime. Malders is the closest exponent in terms of the championship side of things, but at the moment it is Ethan Jeff Hall leading ahead of Mikkel Pedersen into turn 2, and it's Malders, Relitz, Farin Mega, Nick Gerhards, Casper Schormans, Vic Stevens behind Matthijs Turlo and Magnus Pedersen. Great run by Chloe Chong. Obviously, with all the incidents that happened in the mid-pack, going through this very chicane, several drivers down at the bottom of the order. Richard Thomas dropped down the order. Danny Shields dropped a few places as well. But it meant that the likes of Chloe Chong is now in 11th position. Rafael Renhofer has had a bit of a difficult start. He's currently in 12th. But Strauver also in the crossfire here in Muelsen. Just over a minute and a half completed. And Ethan Jeff Hall, who currently sits in 8th in the standings, as things stand at the moment. But Mikkel Pedersen has now retaken the lead. Ethan Jeff Hall goes to his to his right-hand side. Bruno Malders looks up the inside of the Dane as well and gets through for second place through turn 2. There's Kai Relitz and Farin Mega. And the JJ Racing pairing go past the driver from RS Competition. Nick Gerhards in 6th place at the moment. Austin Lee has made up a couple of places. He's actually got past the Israeli pairing of Guy Albag and Yaron Schultz, who round out the grid, who round out the field, all 22 of them. Thomas Strauver has got past Rafael Renhofer for 12th place, so the young Belgian needs to make some headway. Now, things have changed a little bit because Ethan Jeff Hall has just been passed by Bruno Malders. Here comes Kai Gielats. See a few other battles emerging here as well. Vic Stevens going side by side with Kasper Schormans. And look at the cavalcade of colour making its way across the finish line. And there is the 269. That's Vic Stevens. He's gotten ahead of Kasper Schormans, but up ahead, things are very much intensifying in terms of heat, as there goes Thomas Strauve up the inside of Kasper Schormans, and that's to now take 9th position. But the battle for the lead was quite close. Going over the line after the previous lap, lap 3 completed, it was just 0.175 seconds between Malders, Jeff Hall and Gielats. 7.5 minutes to go. And Malders still leads. Jeff Hall in the slipstream, waiting for the opportunity to pass. I think the person that's the most dangerous out of this quartet is the one at the back of the train. That's Farin Mega. In comparison with Malders, Gielats and Jeff Hall, Farin Mega is the one out of the quartet that has done the most track time here. He raced here last weekend. He also raced here last season when Rotax Max Challenge Germany had their season opener here in late August of 2020. Six minutes and 40 plus an additional lap still remains on the clock. Malders continues to lead the way after 5 laps. Ethan Jeff Hall waiting. Farin Mega looking up the inside and takes 3rd place from Kai Gielats, who looks over his right shoulder to see where Mikkel Pedersen is. And Pedersen is about 1.2 seconds back off of the current points leader. So it's 25 for a win, 20 for second, 16 for third, 13 for fourth, 11 points for fifth, and then for all the way down, it's then reduction by a further point. So 6th will be 10 points, and all the way down to 15th, which will be 1 point. So Daniel Sugar is on the cusp of, well, he's in the danger zone, so to speak, down in 15th position. Drivers that are trying to move forward will include the likes of Janis Diak, Alberto Kiko Fracassi, Danny Shields, as Ethan Jeff Hall sweeps to the right-hand side, as does Farin Mega. And Bruno Malders going into turn 2, loses the lead and drops 2 positions. And there goes the signal from Farin Mega saying, right, come along with me, boys, let's get past him. And now Farin Mega leads the JJ Racing assault. And all 3 of them through turn 4 get through. Now that's a sign of great teamwork there by those 3 drivers. Farin Mega, the newest recruit to that team, having joined them after the Euro Trophy season last year, and has found a very, very welcoming new home. So at the moment it is a JJ Racing 1, 2, 3. Ethan Jeff Hall will now come into the clutches of the likes of Mikkel Pedersen and Mathis Turlo, who are closing. 4 minutes and 48 seconds still remain on the timer, plus an additional lap. Top 6 drivers covered by 1.4 seconds. As Max Knappen has dropped down the field like a stone thrown into a pond. And he has ended up at the back end of the field, which promotes everyone a place. I would imagine that Max Knappen might not be taking any further part in this encounter, which has just over 4.25 minutes still remaining on the clock to go, plus an additional lap. Farin Mega will now lead for the 2nd lap that has been completed out of 8. So through the final corner of the 1,315 metre circuit was 1.4 seconds between the top 6. It's now 1.1. Things are going to get rather hairy rather quickly, as Max Knappen has parked the kart, it looks like, and also Rafael Renhofer has been given a warning by race control, as there was a bit of a sideways movement from Bruno Malders. That has opened the door for Kai Gielats, Ethan Jeff Hall, Mikkel Pedersen. That happened so quickly I had to take a breath. Matthias Turlo have all gotten past Bruno Mulders, so literally within one chicane. Bruno Mulders drops from second, or a couple of points on the circuit, from second to sixth place, but don't count him out. I've seen good things from Bruno Mulders before, and here could be no exception. Farin Mega now starting to extend his lead. And Farin Mega coming into this round, 21 points. He only scored at Adria. No luck at Genk, so he could be on course to really help himself go up the grid, go up the standings in Junior Rotax. So other changes for position. Austin Lee on the cusp. Well, he's not on the cusp. He's trying to get closer to Alberto Kiko Fracassi. Austin Lee now up into 16th place, 3.5 seconds behind the Italian. Danny Shields is also with Austin Lee at the moment, down in 17th place. Richard Thomas and Guy Albag have recovered. Max Knappen unfortunately has retired, as look how close Farin Mega was to that wall. He is absolutely wringing the scruff of the neck of that car around this circuit. That helps to carry a little bit more momentum into this hairpin here. Now just under 2 minutes to go. Alberto Kiko Fracassi has gotten ahead of Janis Diak, who looks to have suffered a little bit of strife and could find himself out of the points. There is Max Knappen's car, which apparently looks to have broken down. So down to 21 drivers. Farin Mega with a minute and a half to go on the clock has a lead, and it's a slender one. It's 0.769 of a second between him and Kai Rielers. Now this will help Rielers no end, but Rielers has just been passed by not just Ethan Jeff Hall, but also Mikkel Pedersen. I'm not too sure if there was a bit of a well, I think it's mainly because of the fact that the minute they come out of the final corner, you're better off being behind the competition and getting past them that way, which makes things a little bit easier. Bruno Mulders in the meantime has got past the Netherlands Matthias Turlo for what is 5th position on the road. Austin Lee now in the points, having got past Janis Diak. A lap or two that were a bit out of sync, so to speak, of 56.4 for the number 239 from Germany. That was on the completion of lap number 10. We're about to complete lap 12, and Farin Mega still leads, and now Kai Rielers slingshots his way past Mikkel Pedersen, going into turns 1 and 2 rather easily. Now the timer has expired. In the 13th and penultimate lap of this race, so 14 laps in total. And for Farin Mega, having taken 2 wins yesterday, he now goes on to the final lap, so just under 1.3 kilometres to go. Looks like Thomas Strauver has suffered dramas in the meantime. A 1 minute 44.6 was his last lap time. His race, I think, well, his season has not been a good one here. It's been a tough order for the youngster from Belgium in terms of having some good success. Genk went really well for the Belgian, but unfortunately Adria, things were not on the best foot forward, and here today this is going to be his first non-score in the finals. But they wanted a home soil winner. They're going to get one, because Germany's Farin Mega out of the final corner wins final 1 here on Sunday. Ethan Jeff Hall pips Kai Rielers by 14 thousandths of a second to take second position. There we see Matthias Turlo and Nick Gerhards round out the top 7. Rafael Renhofer in 8th. Magnus Pedersen in 9th. Vic Steven rounds out the top 10. There's Alberto Kiko Fracassi. A good solid run by some drivers, most notably for me, Austin Lee, 22nd on the grid, finishes and gets a couple of points to his tally. So that's good for him, 14th, but Fahim Mega wins final number 1. No real surprise for me there. That was one of the drivers that I was sort of eyeballing out for this weekend, and he takes the victory, and with it, 25 points. Let's have a look at the rest of the results. So Ethan Jeff Hall in second by just over a second behind Fahim Mega. Kai Relitz in third. Mikkel Pedersen started from pole, finished fourth. Bruno Molders was in the hunt for the victory. He ended up 5th place at the end of it all. Then we've got Matthias Turlo in 6th, Nick Gerhards, Rafael Reinhofer, Magnus Pedersen, Vic Stevens, Kasper Schurmans, Alberto Kiko Fracassi, Janis Diak, Austin Lee, Daniel Sugar, Danny Shields, Guy Alberg, Richard Thomas, Chloe Chong, Jaren Schultz, Thomas Strauver rounding out the 21 that finished the full race distance, and Max Kniepen unfortunately retiring on lap number 7.